Cars, automobiles. Well, um, they're machines. They're machines. You can have a brand spanking new car and have it be just a piece of crap that just constantly has issues and problems and rattles. And if I and my personal view is, instead of spending $150,000 on some Corvette out of a dealership, I would go and buy me like an early Nova SS or something like that needed work, and I would sink all that money into that car, and you would have something people would look at. It would be new from the bottom up. Very simple new too. No computers, no, just good, reliable, solid, turn the key, beautiful, rare car. My granddaughter's Honda. She's been really lucky at getting cars, but it had a lot of problems. So my first thing was to make sure the compression was good on all the cylinders, that the exhaust was clean, that the car idled well and ran well. And from that point, I ended up putting like almost $5,000 in it over the last year. Her window was broken, and so was the motor and all the arms. That all had to be replaced. Thermostat, whole top of the motor torn off. You know what I mean? Starters, you name it, 900, 900, 900, 900, new tires, new shocks. It just really never ended. Even the fan on her air conditioning quit. I mean, everything. It was just one thing after another, and every bill was $600 to $900. But now she has a car that's going to run for years. You see, things wear out and break on cars over a period of time. You need to take care of them. I'm a firm believer in putting Prolong in my cars. But now she has a used vehicle that's low on insurance. The maintenance from here on out for a long time, unless something else goes. Her brakes are good, her tranny's good, rear end's good, right? It's all the mechanical things like water pumps, right? Thermostats, interior fans, that air conditioning pump, those kind of things have all been replaced on her car. It's basically a new car when it comes to things that'll break. And so she's good to go. No car payment. She only has to pay insurance. And that's kind of how I see cars. They're not a status symbol to me. There's no way I'd go out and buy some big old fucking BMW M6 so I could have a status symbol. I'd never drive it. I wouldn't enjoy it. You know what I mean? I mean, my last vehicle that I bought, fixed up and sold, was a 1959 Ford pickup short bed. Machines. They're all machines. Here. This is the swivel that gets hung. So I have monkey bars that my great-granddaughter can hang on to because she's a wild child. And I have a swing. And I have a big round dish swing for them to play on. So I have 3 different kinds of swings for her so she doesn't get bored. These are what are attached to the steel cable up top. This is what people use when they're sky dancing and going from, running across walls and things so that, nothing gets tangled up. Everything is smooth, right? Okay, so there is zero movement here. This way. In and out. Zero. Not even 1,000th of an inch. Nothing. And it is smooth as silk. And this will take 3,800 pounds. This is the kind of gear that I buy because it's never going to wear out. It's never going to break. It's never going to be a safety issue, etc., etc., etc. It's a machine. This is a very simple machine, okay, to keep the ropes from twisting. But if you get the right machine, shouldn't have to be replaced again. That's how I am with Hondas. That's why we own a Honda Fit. I really, truly just, they've been reliable my whole life, along with Volkswagen. And now that I've, replaced all her used car parts that go out, I'm very confident her car is going to be, quite easy to maintain for the next 5 to 10 years. Because she doesn't need to be spending money on another car in the next 5 to 10 years, trust me. And so I took all of my savings, basically, and fixed her car up. Well, it doesn't do any good sitting in my savings. You know what I mean? Nothing. I would rather make sure that my granddaughter and my great-granddaughter are safe in a car where the brakes are good, the power steering's good. Oh yeah, I had to replace the whole power steering and racket and pinion and all that shit. But now it's safe. The car stops, and she had an incident right after I had the steering and the tires and the shocks and everything and all that stuff replaced. She had an incident where some carpet fell off the back of a truck, and she had to do some steering around, and she said the car felt great. See, that alone right there was worth it, because before with the power steering pump, she could barely move it. Of course, she didn't tell me that. I'm like, honey, you can't drive your car that way. It can't work sometimes and not work sometimes, because it's not going to work when you need it to, okay? That's how Murphy's Law works. Not only does shit happen, but it happens at the worst possible time. So, yeah, used cars, that's the way to go. That's why the market is going up, because new cars are extremely overpriced. They're all trying to make money on this old gasoline engine fucking bullshit over here that's still going strong, where your car's as big as my damn room here, so that you can say, look how important I am. I can't own a yacht, but I can own this giant Cadillac SUV. It's so sad. It's so sad. The human ego needs so much petting, doesn't it? So, all right, let me see if my phone's done.